Did you hear about the judge that got murked by the sheriff? Let's talk about it. My name is Pam. I'm a paralegal and notary from Brooks Notary and Litigation Support. Let's deep dive into this thing. This is Sheriff Mickey Stines, and he is currently accused of shooting a district judge 8 times. This is Judge Mullins. Judge Mullins unfortunately lost his life in his own chambers. Look, according to Court TV, Sheriff Stines allegedly picked up the judge's phone, saw something on the phone, put it down, and then began opening fire and hit him 8 times. After that, he walked directly into the courtroom, laid down, and surrendered. It hasn't been determined yet what was on this man's phone, what allegedly set off Sheriff Stines. What we do know is that he's in custody at the moment, and he has a preliminary hearing coming up October 1st. And for those who don't know, a preliminary hearing is basically a hearing to say, hey, do you have enough evidence to take this to trial or not? One of the things that I thought was interesting is that he's currently being represented by a public defender. This man is still the sitting sheriff and earns a salary of $115,000 a year. Public defender is generally reserved for people who do not have the money to hire private counsel. And the judge, bless his heart, he's trying to work with him, but he's like, look, dude, you really don't qualify to have a public defender. Another interesting thing is that the prosecutor, he takes issue with the public defender because the public defender apparently solicited this gentleman as a client. There are ethical boundaries in which that is not permitted. But apparently this attorney, he went ahead and did his thing. He works for the public defender's office and went out and sought out this particular client. And the prosecutor is not happy about that. And he brought it up. So the judge decided to let him remain on up until the preliminary hearing. After that, dude got to find his own attorney. In the meantime, in between time, it's very interesting that he is still the active sheriff. And he wasn't handcuffed during this arraignment. I get it because he's the sheriff. Who's going to handcuff the sheriff? But I digress.